Okay then. Hey everyone, it's Michelle, and today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. If you didn't already see, I recently uploaded a video of my most recent Sephora haul, so I'm going to be using a lot of that makeup today. And then I also ran to CVS yesterday to see what was new at the drugstore. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not the most up-to-date on new drugstore releases. I usually buy more prestige brands, but I do like some drugstore products, so I just went with what said new. Is it actually new? I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna put it all on my face and tell you what I think. So if you'd like to see my first impressions on some new makeup, you're here. You're in the right spot, because I'm gonna do it right now. Also, sorry about my hair. I have a tendency to look like Brian May from Queen when I wake up in the morning, so probably gonna throw it up real quick. Okay, I know I said full face of first impressions, but there's actually two products I'll be using that aren't new to me. The first is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I did my brows already since this isn't new. I couldn't find a new brow pencil, so I just stuck with one I had. It's a drugstore one, and it's pretty good. The shade I use is Espresso, if you want to know. Okay, my brows are done. My eyes are prepped. Let's go in with eyeshadow. So I picked up this little quad from Wet n Wild. I have never used Wet n Wild shadow before. I'm a little nervous. I don't know how new this is. It was on an end cap that said new, but that doesn't mean anything. So it's a Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow quad, and the shade is Petalette. So wish me luck. Okay, these don't have shade names, so I'm gonna start with Transition. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I've already okay. I've already decided I'm just gonna do something simple with the eyes because I don't know what to expect out of this. I mean, this transition shade it's pigmented. I don't know who it's a transition for. It's not a transition for me. Ooh. They need to put a pasty girl warning on this bad boy. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not patchy. It's blending out nicely. I'm just a hater. As far as drugstore shadows go, Milani are my favorite. I think they're also more expensive for the drugstore. I was gonna pick up one of their palettes for this, but it was 20 bucks, and I was like, pfft. And it wasn't new. This at least said new, even if it's lying to me. I trust it. I just realized this palette is purple. I was wearing purple yesterday, and my first YouTube video ever, I did a purple look. So, can you tell I gravitate towards purple? I'm going really slow and picking up little by little because I'm not trying to have black eye central up in here. Since I look a little crazy now, I'm gonna take a clean fluffy brush and try to repent for my sins. See if I can blend this out a little bit because it is just... So upon blending it out, it's getting a little patchy through here. I think this was like $5 though, so maybe it wasn't. I really should have checked the price. I just threw it in the cart, honestly. But I was like, it's Wet n Wild, it can't be much. I think most of their stuff is like $5. If this was the transition shade, I'm a little nervous to go into the crease shade. I'm gonna pick up just a little bit, just a tad. And I'm just gonna start in the outer corner. Okay, it's not that bad. Honestly, where is it? They're like, we're gonna give you the most banging transition shade ever. It's gonna be like boom. And then we're gonna give you a little wash of color on the crease shade. I'm just lightly blending it into the crease. Is it great? No. Could it be worse? Probably. I'm going back in with that larger fluffy brush because these eyes need Jesus. This would be great if I was going to like a concert. But I think I'm just going to Publix today, so. If I had more time and maybe a little bit more patience, I could maybe blend it a little better, but I've been working at this for a while and this is as far as I've gotten. Let's take this eyelid shade. I'm not cutting the crease or anything crazy. I'm just going to pop it on the lid. Oh. know a lot of people like Wet n Wild. I like that they're cruelty free. I like that they're affordable. And I have used a lot of great products from them, but like I said, I've never used their eyeshadow. And now I know why. I'm just gonna take a little on my finger to see if I can intensify it at all. That's helping. I just went back in with the crease shade again, just to kind of deepen the outer corner. We love unblended edges. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna take that deepest crease shade again. I'm just stamping it into the lash line as a liner. All right, I gotta stop playing with this thing. I'm done with the eyes for now. I'll come back when I need to do the lower lash line. Let's move on to the face. Before I do my face, I like to go in with a lip balm because it helps prevent foundation lips or concealer lips. So I did just get the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Balm yesterday in a set. I love the mint scent. It's super hydrating. This is probably gonna be my new go-to lip balm. I might need to get a few more of these to keep one in my purse, one on my desk. For a new primer, I picked up the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Priming Water. It's supposed to act as a primer and as a setting spray, I guess. Ew, mine's wet. I know these are new, but I haven't really heard too many people talk about them. Let's see. Holy. Oh God, it smells good though. Worth it. Okay. Here's the thing. This was, oh God. It feels like tanning oil. There's no way this can set my makeup. No way in hell. I feel like if I sprayed this on my face after my makeup was done, it would like create a crater in my foundation. Holy shit. That's like a freaking fire hose. It smells so good though. It smells like the beach. All right, foundation. I don't know if this is actually new, but it says new on the freaking bottle. So it's the Revlon Photo Ready Candid foundation. It says it's a natural finish. I picked up the shade 110. It was the lightest shade they had. So I'm just gonna pump some out on my sponge. Oh, hopefully 3 pumps isn't too much. It looks kind of thick. Smells like paint. I'd say the paint smell is a staple for drugstore foundations, but it's not true actually. The Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation is not drugstore, very expensive, and it smells just like this actually, so. It says natural finish, but it's looking like it's pretty medium coverage. Usually with natural finishes, I expect like a light wash, but this is, then again, I went in with 3 freaking pumps, so that could be all me. All right, so it looks pretty blended in my mirror. Here's hoping it actually is. When I started, I told you there'd be 2 things that aren't first impressions. One was the eyebrow pencil, the other is gonna be concealer. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape because I will be using a new setting powder, and I really don't wanna test out a new concealer and a new setting powder at the same time because I wanna know if the setting powder is actually good and if I'm using it on like a wonky concealer. That's not fair. The shade of Shape Tape I'm using is 8B. It's not a new shade, but it's newer. It was in like their newer release of shades. I think they came out with, I'm not gonna act like I know how many shades, but they did come out with new shades. And this shade is the new lightest. I feel like this foundation's oxidizing. It's not orange or anything, but it's looking a little darker than when I first applied it. I do not like how the Shape Tape is sitting on this foundation at all. I feel like you can see a clear line, especially right here on my forehead, of just light and then orange. I do like the finish of the foundation though. It looks really healthy. I think this concealer is just too light for it. Okay, so for powder, I'll be using the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in shade Lavender. It is just like the lightest white lavender color, which totally weirded me out at first. I was like, I don't want to use a purple setting powder, but I've had a few friends say that if you have dark circles, it is a dream. For fair complexions, of course. So I'm just gonna dip in my little Real Techniques brush Holy shnikes, okay. Like I need brighter under eyes with this foundation, Jesus. That's a familiar smell. It's not, I don't think it's scented, it just smells like something. It's like perfumed. It smells good. Not like Cody Airspun where it smells like a little grandma. Oh my god, it's so light. I'm afraid to almost put it anywhere else. But I don't want to crease. Just do a little bit. Holy shit. While that's baking down to my cheeks, I am going to use the new Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer using the shade Into Sun. I'm hoping it translates more bronzer than contour because it is so cool tone. I don't know what I'm getting into, so I'm just going to lightly go on, sideburns, get off. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's too cool tone for a bronzer at all. Oh. God, that's beautiful. It just blends into the skin. Oh, honey. Okay. I'm gonna get my hairline. Don't go too heavy. A nice healthy dusting on the jawline. All right, something I rarely do just because I have to see. I'm gonna take this little angled brush and just do the littlest nose contour. That makes an excellent contour as well as bronzer. I'm gonna dust away the powder. Okay. Can you tell on camera how bright it is? Because, oh, it's pretty bright. So far so good. I'm not totally mad at any of it really. I am gonna take a little more of the powder and cut my bronzer. Just a little bit, since this is so whitening. I don't want it to be like brown, white, brown, white. I just want it to look like I naturally have contoured cheekbones. And I truly don't think that's too much to ask for. I always get under eye creasing, but I really think this powder helped minimize it. Trying to show you an example of my creasy under eyes. One day I'll be able to afford Botox. Please. While she's baking, I'm gonna go back in with this thing. Remember how I just said I wasn't too mad at any of it? Never mind, I changed my mind. It's this. I'm mad at this. I played myself though, really. I could have just gotten the freaking $20 Milani palette and called it a day. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the dark shade, my little angle brush. And now that that deep shade's on, I'm just gonna blend it out. Did they ever do a scientific study on the, like why? Why is that my go-to? Who else can't help but freaking look like a trout while you're doing your makeup? She's smoky. All right, I am gonna take a little of the transition shade and pop it right in the center of the lower lash line. All right, time to dust off our bake. Get out of here, sideburns. No one invited you to this. Okay, that looks beautiful. For blush, I have one of the new Buxom Wonderlust Primer Infused Blushes. I got the shade Havana. I don't normally do pinky blushes, but Kathleen Lights made me. All right, I did swatch this yesterday and it was super pigmented, so I'm just gonna go in once actually because that looked like it picked up a ton. I'm gonna start by just lightly, oh yeah, that one little dip probably gave me enough for my whole cheek. She's blushing. Yeah, a little goes a very, very long way on this blush. Holy cow. I do think it looks beautiful though. very pink, but it goes with the eyeshadow, so it's fine. Highlighter. I have the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb All Over Diamond Veil. I've seen a lot of people use this more as a highlight topper. I'm gonna strictly just try it as a highlight. I'm gonna go in with more of a dense brush just to see how this works at first. I'm just gonna press it into the cheekbone. It looks very wet, which I like. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this Bougie Wayne Goss number 10 brush and do more of a sweep. Oh, that is glittery, that is beautiful, that is what dreams are made of. A little bit here, just hit the tip of the nose, between the eyes, lightly drag it down because it is so glittery. A little bit at the cupid's bow, a little on the chin. That's beautiful. Dipping into this thing for the last time, I'm gonna take the Brow Bone shade. Lord Jesus, pray for me. I'm gonna put some in the inner corner. Where? Okay. Whatever. Well, there's that. Let's just see what happens. Oh, there she is. Oh, thank God. I thought I lost my inner corners forever. So now is the point where I normally spray my face, but this shit's not happening. No. So I'm gonna go in with my lippy instead. I got one of the new Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit High Shine liquid lipstick. It's not metallic, because I don't mess with those. Effing kidding me? Oh, that's shiny. Okay. Am I pretty yet? So this is the shade Chic Got Real. I like their names. Their shade names are pretty funny. It feels like a gloss, but it says it's a liquid lipstick. Oh, I'm lying again. It's actually High Shine lipstick. That makes sense. I was like, this is the goopiest liquid lipstick I've ever... No. Okay. High Shine lipstick. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm gonna let it dry down a little and see if I change my mind, but right now it does match this lovely eyeshadow though. All right, we've got the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara to try out. I've really been wanting to try this mascara. I got it in the Sephora Lash Dash set yesterday. I don't know about the wand. We'll see. It's skinny. Maybe I can really get up there and get some oomph. All right, so this one's got the mascara, this one doesn't. So far I like it, but it could flake, it could bleed, I don't know yet. I do like this wand. I think it's allowing me to get even closer to the base of my lash line. All right, you guys, that is it. That is my full face. What do we think? All right, let's start with the eyeshadow. I didn't like it. It's not a surprise. It's not the worst. If you're balling on a budget, I mean, you can get a look out of it. This blended decently enough, especially for the price. I really do think it was fairly inexpensive. Maybe if you're not balling on a budget, pick up something a little higher end. Like I said, Milani shadows are great. I recommend those at the drugstore, definitely over these, but it wasn't the worst I've ever used. This priming spray, I love how it smells. I don't know about having it as a primer. I'll have to see how my whole face lasts and see if I think this made any difference. I'll use it again. I'll try it again, if nothing for the scent. God, I can imagine just spraying it all over my body, like before going to the beach. Because it's like a freaking tanning oil, that's why. Maybe I shouldn't use this on my face again. I don't know. I definitely would not use this as a setting spray. Primer only. Okay, the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. It did oxidize a little bit on me, but so far I really like the finish. I'll have to see how it wears throughout the day, but I'll try it again. The natural finish on it is beautiful. And I think with a darker concealer, I'd probably like it better. The Fenty setting powder, oh my gosh, this really did make a difference to my under eyes. I think I'll like it better on a foundation that matches me a little better. That Revlon might be a little too dark right now. I don't know. I'll have to see when I actually go out into natural lighting, but This is bomb. Okay, the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer, shade Into Sun. Again, bomb. It blended beautifully on my face. It like melted into my skin. It wasn't patchy at all. And it doubles as a contour. So I'm so glad I got this. The Diamond Bomb. I mean, I think it looks stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And I think on a night out, like dusted on your shoulder blades, God, it would be so sexy and yummy. And I'm so glad I finally picked this up. Worth the splurge. The Buxom Blush. Again, I don't normally do pink blushes, but I think this one's beautiful. I've heard they last all day, so I'm excited to see, because usually blush is one of the first things to wear off of anyone, really. So maybe the primer infused formula is onto something. But I think it's cute. Okay, the Liquid Catsuit from Wet n Wild, the High Shine lipstick. It doesn't feel as goopy as it initially did, so I'm okay with that. Really, they should just call this a lip gloss. That's what it feels like, a tinted lip gloss. I'll wear it again. I think the shade's really pretty. So far, so good on the Hourglass Caution Mascara. It hasn't flaked. I mean, it hasn't been long, but it hasn't flaked, and I like the brush, I like the wand, so I'll see if it gets flaky throughout the day, but I think it added some volume. I don't know. Okay guys, that is it. That's my full face, that's the full beat, that's the full breakdown, and those are my thoughts on all of the products. If you enjoyed this kind of thing, please give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think of the final look. If you've used any of these products, I'd love to know your thoughts. Anyway, I will see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching.